In this session, we are going to discuss the mathematical part of the state space approach, the state variable technique, state representation of the linear system, state transition matrix, all the mathematical part of the state space approach that we are going to study in this particular session. So first of all, in the state variable techniques, we know the linear system, it has a different inputs denoted by u and the outputs denoted by y, and the state variables are represented by x. So the input vector, it consists the input variables u1, u2, u3, u up to um, that is the input vector, that is a u. Then we have state vector that is represented by x, which consists the state variables x1, x2, x3 up to xn. We have output variable denoted by y, which consists the output variables y1, y2, y3 up to yp. And using this input vector, state vector and output vector, we have a state space analysis equation or the state space equation, which consists of two equations. State equation, that is the x dot of t, which is a derivative of x of t with respect to t, is equal to a matrix A into x of t plus b into u of t, and the output equation y is equal to matrix C into x of t plus d into input u of t. Now we have a multiple input multiple output systems. The representation of the x dot of t, the state equation, is a into x plus b into u. So here the x dot of t, from that we require the x, which for which we require the integrator. Okay, so by integrating that, we'll get a x will be multiplied with a, so we'll get a into x, first term of the equation. Then that should be added with the b into u. So input is multiplied with the matrix b. So this is the equation of ax plus bu, that gives the x dot of t. Next equation is of y of t. Okay, so that is a b into u plus x into a. So ax plus bu gives a x dot of t. This is the state equation. Then the output equation y is c into x plus d into u. So c into x is here. After the integrator, we got the x, which is multiplied with matrix C. So c into x, this is the first part of the equation, and then the input is multiplied with the matrix D. Okay, so in this way, so the input is multiplied with the matrix D to get the output equation y. So there is a summing point who adds the c into x and d into u to get the output equation. So this is the state space diagram. So where the A is the system matrix, B is the input matrix, X is the state vectors, and the U is the input vector, and the C is the output matrix, D is the direct transition matrix, and the Y is the output vector. Next concept is of state transition matrix for the state space analysis. Assuming that the system is continuous and linear, that the matrix A and B both are time invariant, and using the Laplace transform, the Laplace transform for the equation, we can get a transfer function for the state space analysis. That state equation, that we are getting the Laplace of the same, and finally by getting the inverse Laplace of the x of s equation, we can get the transition matrix, that is the phi of t is equal to Laplace inverse of S into identity matrix I minus A inverse. So this Si minus A inverse, where the A is the matrix, so that matrix we need to find out, but its Laplace inverse of Si minus A inverse is nothing but the state transition matrix. So here what we require, matrix A require, and we need to find out the inverse of the Si minus A, and then we'll find out the inverse Laplace of the same to get the state transition matrix. There are some properties of the state transition matrix. State vector will take the following form for the convolution: phi of t in the x of 0 plus 0 to t integration phi of t minus tau b into u of t into dt. So this is one more generally. So this is the convolution. The output vector will take the following form for assuming that C and D are the time invariant. So y of t is equal to C into x plus D into u. This is the output equation. So the state transition matrix, what it generally, phi of t, Laplace inverse of Si minus A inverse. So there are some properties of the state transition matrix which can be asked in many examinations on the control system. So the phi of t, while it is e raised to at, so if the time t is equal to 0, it becomes 1. So Si minus A is called as a resultant matrix, which is important here to match the order of the equations. So the I is the identity matrix and A is the system matrix. Inverse of Si minus A that we are finding from the number of the that cofactors and the minors, that the basic concept in the matrix that we are finding the minors from the matrix. So in this way the Si minus A inverse is the basic term and we are getting the Laplace inverse of the same. So in this way we can find out the state transition matrix. So it will find the applications for the various electrical circuit like a RLC circuit. Okay, so we can find out the same from the various electrical circuit. Let's start with the RLC circuit, and there the input is the L into di by dt plus R into I of t plus V I of t. This is the input we can say, and the I of t is a C into dy by dt dv upon dt. So u of t becomes L C d square V upon dt square plus R C dv by dt plus V of t, writing the differential equation for same. Okay, so the constant coefficient second order differential equation that we are getting, so from that we can find out the state space equations. For the RLC circuit we can find out the state space equation, because the state space equation consists of the x dot of t, matlab the derivative of the x of derivative of the input equation, derivative of the input that we are getting di by dt. So it becomes minus R by L I minus V by L plus U by L, and the dV by dt, that is a V dot, so that is I by C. So in the x dot we got the I dot and V dot, means derivative of I of t and derivative of V of t, and by comparing both the equations with the state space equation we will get minus R by L minus 1 by L minus 1 by C and 0. So this is the state space equation in a form of x dot of t equal to A into x of t plus B into u. So this is the called as the physical variable method. So here we can find out the state space equation in the matrix form. We can find out the state transition matrix for the various matrices A. So for the RLC circuit we have seen the equivalent circuit using the Thevenin's also. So the basic equations are there. It can be arranged like this in the matrix form. This is the final state space equation. Okay, so output equation we can get from the V of t. We can also draw the state space diagram for this particular example of the RLC circuit. Then we can find out the state transition matrix for the matrix A. 0 to 1, 0 to minus 1 is given for the 0 order hold. For that purpose we need to find out Si minus A inverse. First of all, A is given, put the A there, and find out the inverse of the matrix A, and after that get the Laplace inverse of Si minus A. We'll get that 1 minus e raised to minus at, 0 e raised to minus at. So in this way we can find out the state transition matrix. We can also draw the state space diagrams for this type of examples. So we have discrete systems also, D of Z, for the various sampled control system that is used spatially. So the digital or sampled systems in series that can be shown in like this. Next important concept in the state space analysis is the controllability test and observability test. We are checking this test with the help of the various matrices. In the equation there is the state space equation is given, and you need to find out the controllability test and observability test for the state space equations. when the rank of the matrix for that particular controllability, that should be equal to n. Some specific criteria are there for the controllability and observability that we'll see. Controllability is what? The process is said to be controllable if every state variable that can be affected or controlled in a finite time by some unconstrained control signal. And what is observability? Observability is the process, it's said to be observable if the every state variable is eventually affects some of the outputs of the process. So information of the state variable can be obtained from the measurements of the output and the inputs. The concept of observability is the dual of controllability. Okay, so first of all, the controllability, in that first of all, the equations are system is described by the equations. These are the equations which are given. So for that we can find out the values for x. So evaluation for the x for value of k 1 2 3, you can find out these equations. And in general case, output is this one, we can put the values of k there. It depends upon the initial condition x of 0 also, evaluation due to the input, and it depends directly on the input also. So what is important to find out the rank of matrix here in this particular controllability that we are finding. Okay, so the matrix that we are finding, its rank is important for this particular. This is all analysis regarding the controllability. So rank of matrix must be n. That is the case for the controllability. And for the observability, the rank of matrix that we will see here for the monovariable system, that is given. These are the two matrices. It should satisfy this condition. The observability matrix C CF CF square CF raised to k minus 1. The observability matrix we have to find out, and in the controllability we have to find out the controllability matrix. Okay, so the controllability matrix, its rank should be equal to n. Then and then it is a controllable system is called as the controllable and observable when the rank of matrix is equal to n. So this is all regarding the state space analysis and its mathematical part. So thank you very much for watching this session on the state space analysis.